before 11 o'clock. The other day, I got a call from my brother, Robin.
Oh, nice.
Called me to say happy birthday.
Oh.
He lives in California, and he actually watches sometimes on the video streaming that we do, and he saw us talking to one of the pharmacists, talking about a weight loss, not a product, but like a weight loss, whatever he had, like a supplement or whatever. I guess that is a product. But anyway, he was saying to me, you know where we get that from, because I was being honest about the fact that I should lose some weight, and my brother says the same thing is true for him. He says, you know where this all comes from? When we were kids, we were always told to clean our plates. And I said, yeah, I know. Back there was a different generation, right?
Oh, yeah. The Clean Plate Club.
The Dr. Michelle P. Maidenberg is on the phone. My gosh, she has a lot of credentials. She's a psychologist. She's the president and clinical director of the Westchester Group Works, the co-founder and clinical director of the Through My Eyes Foundation, and a teacher at New York University. She's written a book called Free Your Child from Overeating, 53 Mind-Body Strategies for Lifelong Health, a handbook for helping kids and teens. Really such a good idea to have this kind of a book. Dr. Michelle Maidenberg, good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good. Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Where are you right now?
In my office.
Are you in New York?
Yes, in Harrison, New York.
Oh, Harrison. Okay, I don't know where Harrison is. Okay. Well,
it's Westchester County.
Okay. I sort of kind of know. So let me ask you, do you have children?
I do. I have 4 children.
And is that where the book comes from? You're watching your own habits with the children, or lack of habits, or whatever?
Well, sort of. I've done a lot of work around, weight loss and weight, management with, both my children and, and also the people, obviously, that I work with. I also do consulting work, and I do consulting work with Camp Shane, which is a weight loss camp for kids, and then also an adult resort. So I do consulting work. I've written a manual for them to help them with their weight loss.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm looking at your picture. You don't look like you have a weight problem. Have you ever had one?
I did. I actually, again, when we talk about weight, it's more about, how we feel about ourselves. And especially with kids, you don't really talk about weight as opposed to health, and them being kind of fit and agile and, having strength. But when I was an adolescent, through, I would say, college, earlier in college, I was about 40 or 50 pounds overweight.
Oh my gosh! Why? Well, you got a handle on it. You look really good. Do you know?
Thank you.
I have a niece. You're welcome. I have a niece. Let me tell you this real quick story, and I don't want to bring something sad to the story, but there's a reason for it in this context. She and her husband were not able to have children, and they had an opportunity to adopt 3 children that were all brothers. The two brothers and a sister, right? So they're all 3 children, all biologically the same, and I think was one of them overweight? Just one of them was, right?
Yes.
I think one of them was a little bit chubby. And once she became his mom, and they were really little, they were really little children, and they're out of the listening area, so they won't be hearing me say something. But anyway, the point is, once she became the mom, and I give all the credit to her, he lost the weight. He got into shape. So she must have noticed eating habits that he had adapted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And made a difference. So.
Yeah. Well, it's, the role modeling is huge. I know my son, who's 16, was overweight as well. And he always sees me go to the gym and eat healthfully. And I always talk about it. And I talk about, how you feel in your body. And now, last year, he lost over 20 pounds and looks amazing. And he's exercising.
That's awesome.
So eventually, if they're around it and that's what they're learning, it sinks in.
Can I ask a question? This is more of a physical question. As we, as human beings, are growing when we're children, do we have a built-in accelerator? It'll accelerate weight loss because our body's already trying to get taller. So, do you know? Does that help?
Yeah, and you also can't forget about hormones, by the way, because that's a huge factor. Often, like when you're 13, 14 around like adolescents, you'll tend to be a little bit heavier. And that's just normal because of, because of hormones. So my book and what I try to teach really is psychological barriers to weight loss and weight management. It's really how our mind tricks us into overeating or eating unhealthfully or not exercising, because we know how to lose weight. If you go on the internet, there's information on nutrition and on exercising. So, and when I do a workshop, I ask people, how many of you have lost weight? All the hands go up in the room.
Yeah,
and then I ask them, how many of you have maintained it over time? Yeah. And then hands go down.
Oh my God.
And
so people know how to do it. They just don't know how to maintain it over time.
And the self-esteem is such a huge issue these days. I mean, so many people would really want to have the quick fix of those operations instead of just having a different lifestyle change and better eating habits.
Absolutely. It's not only that, we're in kind of a culture where we're full of quick fixes, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever we want access to something, it's quick, it's fast. We have we're moving. We don't have a moment to just kind of breathe and relax and and be present. So anything we could do quickly and seamlessly, we try to take advantage of. Unfortunately, this doesn't work that way.
Michelle Maidenberg is on the phone, Dr. Michelle Maidenberg, and so I want to tell you something. You know how people will sometimes open the Bible just at random and find something they say, oh, that applies to me? I just opened up your book and something applies to me. I'm not a child, but listen. I just opened up your book and your Bible, your book is talking to me. It says, try ketchup, mustard, soy sauce, barbecue sauce, salsa, or taco sauce instead of mayonnaise.
There you go.
See, Robin is, you know why Robin is laughing? I go to Chick-fil-A. I'll get 2 of those packets of mayonnaise per sandwich.
There you go.
I'm crazy with mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is off now. I'm going to wean myself from that. See, this is for children, but I think I could benefit from it, don't you?
Oh, by the way, this book is written not only for children. This book is written it's written for parents purposefully because it speaks to them and their children. So I always say, kids could do this on their own. Kids could do it with their parents. Parents could do it on their own. I actually had a couple of adults who reached out to me and said, I bought this for my niece, my nephew, my child, my this one. I ended up reading it and I lost, 40 pounds or whatever the case is. It speaks, we all have the same psychology, whether we're 10 or whether we're, 50.
And the parents have to, like you said earlier, be the role models, because if they're going to have bad eating habits, but then the children are in school and they're making them something totally different than the parent would eat, the child is going to be very frustrated.
Absolutely. And parents, there's nothing worse than not practicing what we preach. Kids do not like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Do you know what?
They get really upset by that when we don't practice what we preach.
I'm sure this says something to a psychologist about my psychology, and you are a psychologist. but I'm an all or nothing guy. Like when we talk to diet people, like dietitians, and we say, well, what about mayonnaise? And they'll say, everything in moderation. I either have to have it or not. For me, if it would be easier for me, with smoking, you just say don't do it at all. Well, maybe I should just say forget mayonnaise. That's off my list. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should do that.
Well, it depends. I always say, because people always ask me, is restricting okay to a certain type of food or a certain type of product? And I always say, you know what? You have to. This book is written individually for each person. For some people could have and could train themselves and could tolerate just having, a packet of mayonnaise and not 2 packets, right? But then there are others who can't stop at one. And you have to know that about yourself. Or there's certain trigger foods. So some people, like I know for myself, if I eat sugar, it's almost like an addiction. Like my body takes over, my mind takes over, and I'm just on that path, So I just stay away from it, and it's easier for me, and it's seamless. It doesn't really bother me. I'm okay without sugar. I'm fine.
Yeah, really good ideas in the book, Doctor. I have a copy of the book. Call me if you want it. I'll get my own. I'll have to go to the web to get it or to a bookstore. Can you recommend a website? We've got 10 seconds, though. I'm sorry.
Yes, MichelleMaidenberg.com. Again, www.Michelle, MichelleMaidenberg.com.
Okay. Well, good luck with the book, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The Kremlin downplaying the resignation of National Security Advisor Michael Flynn for talks with the Russian ambassador.
Whether he discussed sanctions with the ambassador before the end of President Obama's term. Counselor to President Trump, Kellyanne Conway, told Fox News,
in the end, it really was the misleading or the forgetfulness about it characterizing that conversation.
Flynn said he has apologized for inadvertently briefing top officials with incomplete information.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland, the half-brother of North Korea's dictator, killed, according to a senior Malaysian official.
Kim Jong-nam was at an airport in Malaysia when two female assassins stabbed him with what appeared to be poisoned needles. That's according to reports citing the South Korean government. He lived in exile after apparently embarrassing the ruling family.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin and Mazda recalling more than 170,000 small cars to fix problems with seats. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Message and data rates may apply.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 100 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll earn the same degree as you would on campus from wherever you are on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits.
For information, text the word GUIDE to 35517.
Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 90% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University.
To learn more about ASU online degrees, text GUIDE to 35517. Again, that's GUIDE to 35517.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Darren Spearman reporting. Peanut farmers are reminded that the deadline date for signing the peanut crop insurance program, USDA's Risk Management Agency reminds farmers that February the 28th sales closing date for crop insurance. You need to contact your crop insurance agent. If you're going to sign a new contract or make changes in your policy, you need to talk with your RMA agent. That's Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, February 28th deadline.
Did you know there is a world of possibilities for U.S. beef in the global marketplace? Data show that 95% of the global population is outside of the United States. This is why checkoff dollars are invested in foreign marketing and education of importers and consumers across the globe. These efforts let us introduce new products, generate goodwill, and promote the quality and safety of U.S. beef. Learn more at mybeefcheckoff.com. Then spread the good news about your checkoff investment, paid for by Your Beef Checkoff.
The USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service has a program to reward and encourage environmental stewardship for ag and forestry producers. The Conservation Stewardship Program, or CSP, is voluntary. Applicants must be USDA operators. CSP participants will adopt new conservation practices and manage existing ones. For more information on CSP, visit nrcs.usda.gov or call NRCS. Helping people help the land.
Well, peanuts and peanut butter as an ingredient in candy posted an amazing increase during December, up 24%. They said the top 10 selling candy bars are 1, Snickers, number 2, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, 3 is Kit Kat, 4 is Milky Way, 5, Butterfinger, 6, Three Musketeers, 7, Baby Ruth, 8, M&M's, and 9, O. Henry, and 10, the Hershey Bar. 4 of those are filled with peanuts and peanut butter, and that makes peanut farmers proud. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the